Hey everybody, this is James Keelim, Business Growth Coach, where I'm answering number one questions from executives and entrepreneurs with multiple million-dollar companies. This one is a very common question and one that I think is really top of mind for a lot of entrepreneurs, executives, is that I'm struggling to find and to keep the best top tier employees or team members. What do I do? I think this is probably the one top three issues on the table right now for executives and entrepreneurs. And what do you do? What I would start with your internal process, and then I'm going to talk about the other half. So the first half is internal process. Do you have a culture? Do you have an environment by which your existing employees or teams members are actually engaged and happy, right? Like is the mission clear? Are your objectives clear? Is your culture with its values and the behaviors that you want clear? Because if you don't have that, it's just basically a bucket with holes in it, right? Like whoever you bring in, no matter how good they are, is just going to go right through the bucket. So you have to shore up the bucket first and make sure that it doesn't have holes, in terms of really creating an environment where the people you have essentially want to stay, right? So once you have that, the second half is very critical in ultimately what I believe is necessary for businesses today. Just like in sales, in marketing, you have a pipeline, and you need to keep that pipeline full. I'm a firm believer today with the amount of change and rotation in staffing, in employees, in contractors, in team members, that you should keep an open pipeline of looking for great people. I think that's really a part of it. It's not like there's a secret to it. It's a numbers game where you're constantly looking for the right people. You have then a culture or a company that keeps them. And the idea then is to have a constant flow. So you're constantly pouring additional water of great people into this bucket, and then you're selecting the best ones, right? The ones that have great culture fit or fill your role amazingly well, but also will stay for longer than average time. So the idea is two-part: to really find, hire, and keep the best team members and employees, is make sure internally you have a great environment that is like a bucket with no holes, right? That people don't want to leave. And number two is have a constant flow of people in a people pipeline, so that you're always looking for great talent, because talent just no longer stays for the 10, 15 years, even 5. And again, I've mentioned before in another episode where millennials stay on average 1.5 years. So keep that pipeline and have a good solid bucket with no holes in terms of how you keep people in your team. And that's the way to be able to hire and keep the best team members. Hope that helps. Please do continue to send in your number one question about how to grow your business now, and I'll be answering them as I get them. Thank you, and talk to you soon.